Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the decline of the Caucasoid race, and this is pretty much just confirming it. Thank you, James Sine, for sending this article to me. Sperm counts of Western men plummeting, analysis find. See, this is genetic, ladies and gentlemen. Their decline is nothing but genetics. They will never in a million years admit it because they have gone around this entire planet preaching and upholding their white supremacy. But you see, there is nothing supreme about a dying race. It, in fact, is contrary. Sperm count of men in North America, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand are plummeting, according to a new analysis published Tuesday. Among these men, there have been a 52% decline in sperm concentration and a 59% decline in total sperm count over a nearly 40-year period ending 2011. So the analysis published in the journal Human Reproduction Update said, see, it's genetic, ladies and gentlemen. It would not be happening all over the globe if it wasn't. There is something about their genetics that will not allow them to reproduce worth a damn anymore. It's global. Now, and it's all happening around the same time. See, the Most High ain't messing around. When he says your time is up after 6,000 years, guess what? You are clocking out whether you like it or not. Scientists determine sperm count by looking at a sample of ejaculated under a microscope. For sperm concentration, they measured how many millions of sperms there are in each milliliter of fluid. Sperm count then is sperm concentration multiplied by the total volume of an ejaculate. Researchers led by Dr. I guess that's Haggai Levine of Hebrew University of Jerusalem examined thousands of studies and then conducted a meta-analysis of 185 studies that included 42,935 male participants who provided semen samples between 1973 and 2011. The chosen studies were well distributed over the nearly 40 years of the study period and among 50 different countries. The analysis included information on fertility, status, age, ejaculation, abstinence, time, semen collection method, sperm count method, and geographic location at the level of continent. Based on their analysis, the international team of researchers from Brazil, Denmark, Israel, Spain, and the United States reported a decline in sperm concentration of 1.4% per year, with an overall drop of 52.4% during the entire study period for men living in industrialized Western countries. Meanwhile, total sperm count among the same group plummeted 1.6% per year and 59.3% overall. By comparison, the researchers found no significant declines in the sperm counts and sperm concentration of men living in South America, Asia, and Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are white men that are having this issue and no one else. The extent of the decline is a heartache, said Levine. No, it's not a heartache to me. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe for me. The high proportion of men in Western countries with sperm concentrations below 40 million milliliters is particularly concerning, wrote Levine and his co-researchers, because evidence indicate that a sperm concentration below this threshold is associated with a decreased monthly probability of conception. Ladies and gentlemen, you are probably looking at the main reason why Caucasian women are having a difficult time getting pregnant. Levine noted that in his study follows in footsteps a seminal paper published in 1992 known as the Carlson study. In that meta-analysis of 61 studies worldwide, researchers led by Elizabeth Carlson, a Danish reproductive biologist, found a trend towards decreasing sperm count and volume of seminal fluid over a 50-year period ending in 1991. See, they knew this decline, ladies and gentlemen, has been going on for quite some time. They are now unable to hide it. They were able to hide it before. They can't hide it anymore. And I think the drug epidemic has made it that much more difficult. Many people did not accept the results of the study. Yeah, because they were all Caucasians. That's why they couldn't accept it, said Levine. It was quite controversial whether or not there is a decline. However, Levine noted there were serious limitations to the Carlson study. For example, a common criticism of the Carlson group is it included one overly large study. It contributed 30% of the total participants, thus heavily influenced the results. By comparison, the largest of the studies examined by Levine's group included only 5% of all participants. Since 1992, other researchers conducted analysis to understand whether sperm counts have declined, yet the results were mixed. It has dropped. I mean, look at all the other reports that came out. The one that recently came out that said they only grew by 5,000 people, okay, between 2015 and 2016. That was it. That was the only increase these Caucasians had in 1 year in the US. So you're not even looking at the other countries that they're in. So no, there should not be any mixed results. It's pretty clear. It's pretty dramatic. You have a hell of a lot more people. They're dying in the hundreds of thousands, but only producing 5,000 people. There's no way you're going to still be on this planet. Now we have a pretty solid answer, said Levine, who said his own study performed a meta-regression, a more conservative, sophisticated analysis, one that accounts for factors that might influence the results. Though Levine emphasized that his analysis did not study the cause of declines, he speculated the reason may be we are exposed to too many chemicals we've never been exposed to before. I think it's genetics. It's happening all over the globe. So what chemically happened in the world that caused your decline? I mean, you're not mentioning what the chemicals are. So and if that's the case, it's something clearly that Caucasians are exposing themselves to that no one else is on this planet, if that's the case. Previous studies include his own show that exposure to, I think that's utero and endocrine interrupting chemicals can harm male reproductive systems development and fertility potential. Okay, then why is it not disrupting everybody else's fertility? Commonly used chemicals, including pesticides, leads, and fire retardants, can increase or decrease production of certain hormones within our bodies and are said to disrupt our endocrine or hormone making system. Again, why is it disrupting you and not the other men on the planet? Are we not all exposed to the same things? I'm just asking. Sonia Lunder, a senior analysis at a nonprofit advocacy group, Environmental Working Group, noted that sperm is manufactured daily by men's bodies. Recent exposure to environmental chemicals would have an effect on sperm, which serves as a good indicator of contamination while also serving as a biomarker marker of men's health. Okay, so then why is it impacting white males and no one else? That's the question. So it must be something biologically different about them where they are impacted on an environmental scale where other men are not. So what is it? I mean, they're really just speculating, ladies and gentlemen. They really don't know if this is really truly a chemical or environmental type of uh, thing that's disrupting their reproduction system. They're really just speculating that that is what it is. But again, we are all inhaling the same air, and we're if they're exposed to chemicals, we would have to be exposed to them too. So why is it not impacting other men, but it's impacting specifically white males? Okay. So I'm just going down a little bit because they're now I had mentioned that when I go out in public, I always see plenty of very obese caucasoids, more than anyone else. So there's another researcher said that I suspect that obesity may have something to do with these trends, but measures of obesity, such as BMI, body mass index, which are not analyzed, said Dorson, who was recently nominated to the head of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Office of Chemical Safety and Pollution Prevention. Overall, however, request for funding for further exploration seems well founded. So he is saying that he believes that a lot of the low sperm count in white males is obesity. I mean, he may be onto something because I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all are really the fattest people out here. Now, I know you try to point at everybody else, but no, it's definitely you. It's definitely the caucasoids. Okay, another very important consideration is how geography influence sperm count. Even within the US, different states have different counts, said Fish. Though all states fall within the range of normal, Fish observed that the new analysis did not devolve into differences among countries. The only environmental factor that's not controversial is known to influence sperm counts is temperature change, said Fish. Okay, so why would, again, I'm going to go right back to what I was asking before. Why would the temperature change impact white males? And all of us are going through the temperature changes on this earth together. So why are they impacted and have the low sperm count and no one else is? So again, they are speculating about what it is. Personally, I'm going to go back to what I said before. I believe this is genetic. It's genetic. All right. So if it's global warming that's causing a low sperm count in the white men, why is it that same global warming not impacting anyone else? Just asking. I mean, this is what they're saying in this article, and I'm just telling you, I'm not buying that. If that's we're all going through it together. It's not like they're in this climate all by themselves. The original studies did not account for fundamental and important information about lifestyles and health status of participants. So such factors cannot be accounted for in the overall results, said St. John, who noted that sperm count is just one measure of male health. As to the overall state of men's health, it should be noted that life expectancy for men in the U.S. has increased by 25 years over the past 100, St. John said. But each scientist and representative agreed questions around sperm quality warrants continued research. The impact of the modern environment on health of populations and individuals is clearly huge, but remains largely unknown, said Levine. Sperm count has previously been plausible associated with environmental and lifestyle influences, including prenatal chemical exposure, adult pesticide exposure, smoking, stress, and obesity. Every man can reduce exposure to chemicals, avoid smoking, keep a balanced diet and weight, and reduce stress. Okay, like I said, everything they brought up, we're all living in this earth together. So why is there something impacting the white male sperm count, but we're all inhaling all of the pollutants and everything on this earth, but it's not impacting any other man's sperm count on this earth? Just saying. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this article. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And if you can donate to my channel, please do. Peace, family.